se ve el estero, la barranca y la montaña. Qué triste se ve el estero, el llano y el mundo entero. Hay un ave que se extraña, hay un ave que se extraña, el pájaro carpintero. Tengo un amigo sincero que habita solo en mi mente. Tengo un amigo sincero. Si dudo como laudero, se acerca a mí de repente, se acerca a mí de repente, el pájaro carpintero.
My name is César Castro, and I was born in Veracruz, Mexico. I've been living in Los Angeles for 16 years now. I'm a musician. I also teach how to play the music, son jarocho, jarana, zapateado, which is a dance, in different spaces, in cultural centers, schools, at different levels, and state prison. Recently, I've been teaching online because we can't go out to do what we used to, but something that I do is I know how to make instruments. I know how to make jaranas. I was 13 years old when I first knew son jarocho. I loved the sound of the jarana. I didn't know the name of that instrument. It was just at the sudden that I ran into this music, and I just wanted to learn how to play it. I was lucky because 2 years later, I was in the workshop of Grupo Mono Blanco, led by Gilberto Gutierrez. He was the maestro of the laudería workshop there. So I had an instrument that had a thick neck, and I asked him, I want you to fix it because it's too thick for me. And Maestro Gutierrez told me, no, you're gonna come this summer and do it yourself. And I was so excited. It was the beginning of a lifetime journey. Since then, I just loved it. It was more than fixing the neck of the instrument. He taught me how to keep spaces clean, how to be punctual, how to be organized. Lots of information. The least I learned is how to fix a neck. The process of learning how to make instruments is not just about the tools. It's so many disciplines. It's your personal balance. You cannot get to the workshop unbalanced, angry, too sad, or too desperate. You have to balance. Otherwise, the wood would tell you. You'll break pieces. You won't finish the work at the level that you should, you could. So it's a long journey, a life journey. I'm still learning from myself every time I go work in my workshop then, from laudería. It was in the same summer of 1992 when he gave me a piece of wood to start my own instrument. I guess I qualified to be one of his apprentices, and I made myself a little leona. It's a basic guitar, and he was teaching me how to do every single step, but I would try my best, but he would always finish it in the right way. He'll fix it. After I finished that leona, that instrument, he left. He left to live in the Bay Area, and I was in charge of that workshop along with Maestro Pablo Arboleda. And I thought I knew how to make instruments already because I already made one at the age of 15. I was probably 16 by then, and I was making these little jaranas that they weren't meant to be played. They were more to display, to have in your house, on your office. They were so little, probably 12 inches long. So the reason I was doing that is because I was practicing how to work with the tools, how the process was from beginning to end, and it worked out. Of course, I was really young, so I was making some money, pretty much for the materials, for the wood and everything there. But it was. Now I remember those days. That was fun. Until one day, I decided to sell my first real jarana.
Las decisiones, las pruebas conocen bien cómo soy.
All these years I was working on my teacher's workshop. So one year when he comes back to Veracruz, he takes all his tools to his house. So I was working in his house, and then we had a deal because now I was also selling instruments. We were performing together. So it was another business that we had, but cultural business. It wasn't too aggressive. It was something to do while you wait for the next gig. And we had a deal. No? He would charge me a percentage of every instrument I would finish there. And soon I thought, well, I probably need my own space now because I had my own ideas and I wanted to work in extra hours. And after a tour we had, I came back with some money. But before that tour, I asked my mom for some money to buy the tools because they were on sale, so I wouldn't miss the sale. And she gave me the money. I got the tools. I kept the boxes in my house, and then when I came back and I paid back, and I started my own workshop.
Así como aprendió. A mí no me quema mamá, a mí no me quema papá, a mí no me quema nada, ni la candela ni el aguarrá.
Years later, I had to move from that house that I was renting, and I placed my own workshop in my grandmother's backyard, and that was beautiful because I was able to spend a lot of time with her, and it was I don't know, open. It was in an alley where people always walk by. People know her forever, so I was more alive because workshops could be something that isolates you too much. So I remember those days she had dogs, a perico, no? A parrot, and it was good. I had friends visiting.
Una niña se llevó la tormenta del verano, la tormenta del verano. Una niña se llevó. Pero a tierra regresó con la candela en la mano, con la candela en la mano y su fuerza demostró.
But then when I moved to LA, I knew what it took to make your own space and create your own workshop, and a new journey begins.
A mí no me quema papá, a mí no me quema nada, ni la candela ni el aguarrá.
And that was the third time I had to settle my taller de laudería, and that time was what is right now my home in LA. I think the instrument has two main pieces, physical pieces. One is the acoustic box, and the other one is the neck with the tuning pegs. And they have to be connected. And even people would see the physical connection in the middle of the instrument, I think is the bridge. And bridges connect.
Ay, amor, amor, ay, no más, no más, ay, no más, no más, avísale al mayoral, se le fue el toro al vaquero, se le fue el toro al vaquero y avísale al mayoral, ay, no más, no más, no más.
So a little down below, you'll see the bridge of every single instrument. And that carries the sound down to the box. And that's what we do with our instruments. We create bridges. We link through the sounds. So when I place that part of the instrument, every time that's where I pray, I guess. That's where I say, okay, here you go again. Let's make another connection.
Semana, domingo fuera,